I wake up in the gray daylight. I no longer hear the sound of the raindrops. The rain has stopped, but the sky still looks cloudy. I take a deep breath and prop myself up in bed. I couldn't sleep properly last night. Every time I was about to fall asleep, that scene replayed itself in my mind and woke me back up. Reason and memory are inconvenient in times like these. They try to remind you of all the things you'd rather forget. Yeah, it was just a dream. I want to forget about it as soon as possible. There's a knock at the door. The clock reached just before 6. Who could it be this early in the morning?
失礼いたしま。シキ様。
Hello, Isui.
申し訳ありません。お目覚めでいらしたのですね。
いや、こっちこそ驚かせてごめん。昨日の夕方から寝ていたから早く目を覚ましたんだ。それで翡翠の方こそどうしたんだ？こんな早くから何かあったのか？
What's up with the face? Hisui falls silent, seemingly perplexed. Looking closer, I notice she's carrying my school uniform.
着替えを持ってきてくれたのか？
はい。重ねて申し訳ありません。お見苦しいところをお見せしました。
Hisui doesn't say anything more. I don't think she did anything particularly embarrassing, but I'm not going to get hung up on it.
とにかくありがとう。制服はそこに置いていいよ。すぐに着替えて今に行くから。
はい。それでは失礼します。
Hisui heads for the door without a sound. However, she stops just short of it and abruptly turns around.
シキ様、お時間があるのでしたら、入浴の用意もいたしますが。
入浴って朝から？
はい。シキ様はひどく汚れています。学校に行く前にお体を流された方がよろしいのではないでしょうか。
Telling me I stink or something? Now that she mentions it, I do feel a little grimy. Apparently, I spent a decent chunk of yesterday collapsed in the park with anemia, so I guess it's not that surprising.
そうだな。悪いけど用意してくれる？この時間なら学校にも十分間に合うし。
かしこまりました。では、20分ほど経ちましたら浴場においでください。
Hisui sets my uniform down and leaves the room. The time is still 6 in the morning. I stare up at the ceiling of my room for 20 minutes without doing anything. After dousing my head with cold water, my sluggish thoughts finally begin to sharpen. I take a deep breath as the cold water drips through my hair. It really was a disgusting dream. I can't believe I dreamt about killing a woman that I didn't even know. I knew I was worn out from living in this unfamiliar mansion, but if I've already reached the point where I'm seeing dreams like that, it doesn't exactly bode well for my future.
そうだよな。気を引き締めないと。
I dump another bucket of cold water over myself and begin to wash. Yikes. The touch of the washcloth is enough to send a stinging pain through my throat.
なんだこれ。
I look at my neck in the mirror. Weird. My throat is all red and swollen. What? I return to my room and change into my uniform. It's just turned 7 o'clock. I take my bag and leave the room, marveling at how restored I feel after simply having a bath.
木さん、今朝は早いんですね。
After heading downstairs, I happen to bump into Kooko-san, just as she was leaving the living room.
それになんだかさっぱりしていらっしゃいます。もしかしてお風呂上がりなんですか？
ええ、さっきまで入っていました。すごいですね、琥珀さん。そういうの分かるものなんですか？
一目瞭然ですよ。四季さん、髪が乾ききってませんから。お風呂上がりだと四季さんは一層可愛らしくなるんですね。
Faced with her carefree smile, I can't help but look away. Being smiled at right now makes my heart ache.
ちょっと待っててくださいね。朝ごはんこれから支度をしますから。
え、
Breakfast. In other words, I'm going to be eating something. Uh-oh. Not with that throat of yours. The most trivial words reminded me of the color of blood. This morning, I have even less of an appetite than usual.
そうですね。今朝は洋風でいいですか？
ああ、うん。基本的にどっちでもいいんですけど。
You trying to play it off?
そっか、朝ごはんか。あんまりにもお風呂が気持ちよかったから忘れてた。
そうなんですか？四季さんは昨夜も食べていませんから、お腹の音で目を覚ましたのかなって翡翠ちゃんと話してたんですけど。
いや、単純に寝すぎただけだよ。子供の頃から小食だったから、1食2食抜くのはよくあることだったし。
はあ、言われてみると四季さんって贅肉のないいい体をしていますものね。
そんなこだわりはなかったけど、言われてみれば有馬の家では野菜ばっかり食べてた気がします。
After I'd left the hospital, the doctors warned me to avoid any hard to digest foods, but I actually ended up steering clear of meat for other reasons. Probably because it reminds me of the death of a living creature. That makes sense.
好き嫌いはないんですね。それでしたら安心してお食事を用意できます。さあ、すぐにお作りしますから、居間で待っていてくださいな。
Kawaku-san spins around and starts scurrying back toward the living room, but I can't bring myself to swallow anything right now.
ああ、いいんだ琥珀さん。今日は食欲がないからこのまま学校に行くよ。明葉にもそう伝えておいてくれ。
Okay. With that, I turn and head for the front door. However, as soon as I do, someone grabs hold of my arm tightly.
四季さん、
This is unusual. Kawaku-san seems angry?
なんてことを言い出すんですか？四季さん、今朝は鏡をご覧になってないんですか？
いや、鏡なら風呂場で見たけど。
嘘です。ご自分の顔を一度でも見ているんならそんなことは言えません。
Looks like Kawaku-san is seriously angry. Thinking back on it, when I saw my face in the bathroom, it wasn't just pale, it was positively ashen.
いや、でも大丈夫だって。俺はもともと血の気が少ないし、人より顔色が悪く見えるだけというか。
ダメです。朝ごはんを食べないと大きくなれないんですから。食欲がないようでしたら病人食にいたしますから、どうぞ食堂にいらしてください。
Keeping a firm grip on my arm, Kawaku-san starts frog marching me towards the dining room. It doesn't look like I have much of a choice. I'm seriously unenthusiastic about this, but I'll accept her kind offer. How sweet.
おはようございます、兄さん。お体の具合はよろしいのですか？
Akiyo's greeting sounds a little more reserved today. It's lacking its usual strict edge. She must be worried about my health in her own way.
おはよう。体の方はまあそれなりに調子いいよ。
I return her greeting and take a seat.
それでは食べやすいお雑炊などをご用意いたしますね。ちょっとだけお待ちください。
Kawaku-san doesn't waste any time. She steps back out into the hallway, no doubt headed for the kitchen at the end of the west wing. That leaves three of us in the dining room, myself, an uncharacteristically reserved Akiha, and Hisui, who was standing by the wall. This is kind of awkward.
兄さん、昨夜のことですけど、公園で倒れていたというのは本当なんですか？
ああ、自分でもいまいち覚えてないけど、琥珀さんと翡翠がそう言うんならそうなんじゃないか？
もう他人事のようにおっしゃらないでください。兄さんは体が弱いんですから、危ないと感じたら屋敷に連絡を入れてください。すぐに迎えの者を行かせますから。
な、小学生じゃないんだからそんなのは必要ないよ。どんなに気分が悪くたって自分一人で帰ってこれる。
それでは兄さんはまだ子供なんですね。昨日は一人で帰ってこれなかったんですから。
Damn.
昨日は特別だ。あんなことはめったにない。大体な、俺は慢性的な貧血持ちなだけで体が弱いわけじゃない。いちいち秋葉に心配される筋合いはないよ。昨日は単に致命的に間が悪かっただけなんだ。
致命的だなんてバカなことは言わないでください。ご自分の体のことでしょ。屋敷に帰られたばかりだというのに兄さんに死なれたら私はどうすればいいんです。
Looks like Akiya really cares about you, huh? Akiya is seriously ticked off. I'm surprised to see her this uncompromisingly angry.
兄さんは軽率すぎます。もう少しご自分をいたわってあげてください。
いや、俺だってあまり無理はしてないよ。部活もやってないし、医者の言うことは全部守ってるし。これ以上いたわれって言うんならどっかのサナトリウムにでも入るしかないんじゃないか？
ええ、できることならそうしてしまいたいぐらいです。どこかの孤島でも買い取ってそこで反省していただくのもありですね。
Akiya sullenly averts her gaze and offhandedly proposes something terrifying. What makes it terrifying is, of course, the fact that she's not joking. She's more than capable of doing something like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
いいわ。今回は何事もなかったので不問にしてあげます。でも次はありませんからね、兄さん。
Having spoken her mind, it appears that Akiya is finished with her outbursts. As for Hisui, she simply stood by and watched our exchange, as still as a statue. I really hope there isn't a next time. This silence is awkward. It looks like we still have some time before the food's ready, so I will... let's say first. I will... ask about Hakiya. Why not?
そういえば思い出したんだけど、秋葉は今も朝女の生徒なんだよな。
はい、朝上女学院は中学校から大学までのエスカレーターですから。
Asagami Private Girls Academy is a school for young ladies in the next prefecture over. The school was originally a missionary school founded in the early Meiji era, but nothing really remains from back then other than the name. In the Showa era, the school was on the verge of closing due to financial difficulties, but was blessed with new supporters and is still in operation.
あそこは全寮制だろ。どうしてここから通っているのかなって。
朝上のおじさまとお父様は懇意の間柄でしたから、多少のわがままは聞いていただけます。事情があるのなら自宅からの登校も許可すると。
いや、俺が聞きたいのはそういうことじゃなくて、秋葉は親父が亡くなるまで寮の方で生活してたんだろ。なんで今になってうちから通ってるんだよ。車で1時間近くかかるんじゃないか。
それは。
Stumbling over her words, Akiha averts her gaze.
四季様、秋葉様は以前から週の半分をお屋敷でお過ごしになられていました。ですので学園に通うのはそう特別なことではありません。
そうだったのか。けどなんだってそんなことに。
お父様のたっての願いでしたから、週の半分はこちらで過ごすことにしていたんです。
Ah, I understand now. Tono Makihisa didn't allow Akiha any free time even after she'd entered middle school.
そっか。でも親父はもういないんだ。秋葉も無理することないんじゃないか。ただでさえ忙しいのに往復2時間もかけるなんてバカらしい。その分寄宿舎で友達と過ごした方が楽しいだろう。
ええ、そうできたら苦労はしません。ですが私には責任がありますから、昨日のようなことがある限り当分は屋敷から学校に通います。
昨日のようなこと。
Did some problem arise with regard to the Tono family fortune while I was out?
何でもありません。自覚がないのでしたら結構です。それより兄さん、随分と浅上女学院について詳しいようですが、興味でもおありでしたの？男性にはあまり縁のない世界のはずですが。
うん、そりゃちょっとは知ってるよ。だって秋葉の通ってる学校なんだから。
は？
お前が中学生になった時、恵子さんに聞いたんだよ。浅上女学院に入学したって。だから少しは。
I just thought that it wouldn't hurt to know what kind of school my sister went to.
今はネットのおかげで調べるのも簡単だし、さすがに現地には行ってないけど。
そうでしたか。失礼しました。私はてっきり。
Yeah, due to the nature of Asagami Private Girls Academy, there are many beautiful students and noble ladies. Supposedly, the invitation ticket for relatives, which allows non-students entry to the cultural festival, is worth its weight in gold. I have Agurihiko to thank for all this trivial information.
お待たせしました。梅じそと卵のおかゆ登場です。
Kawaku-san comes in, vigorously pushing a serving cart.
おしゃべりはここまでだな。時間もないし、ちゃちゃっと食っちまおう。
兄さん、その乱暴な言葉遣いはやめてください。
ありゃ、すっかり元の調子に戻ったか。俺の心配をしてくれていた方がおとなしくてよかったのに。
バカな発言も控えてください。戻るも戻らないも、私兄さんの心配なんてしていませんので。
Akia looks away haughtily. As I watch her charming display, I thank Kawaku-san for the porridge.
いってらっしゃいませ。
As usual, Hisui sees me off as I leave the main gate. Except this time, Hisui stares at me, then takes a small breath as if to muster up enough courage to continue speaking.
四季様、昨日はどうなされたのですか？
別に何もないよ。学校で気分が悪くなって早退して、ここに帰ってくる途中で。
When I what?
公園で休んでいただけだ。でも確かに秋葉の言う通り軽率だった。これからは気をつける。
責めているのではありません。今朝の四季様はひどく無理をしているように見えたのです。どうかみちみちお気をつけください。
Hisui must have considered saying even those few words to be overstepping her bounds. Bowing especially deeply, she sends me on my way. As I approach the school, I see more and more people wearing school uniforms. The time is 7:45 a.m. Nobody seems to be in any particular rush to get to school, probably because there's still plenty of time before homeroom. Of course, that goes for me too. This morning I can start my day as usual without having to worry about being late, or anything else for that matter. After I cross this intersection, it's only a little ways to the school gates. The traffic light turns red, and I stop in front of the crosswalk. Beyond the crosswalk is the wall around the school grounds. The path to the school is protected by a guardrail, and even now students are jostling their way toward the school gates. Excluding the students from my school, there isn't anybody else on the sidewalk at this time of day. Or at least there shouldn't be. And yet, through the gaps between the cars racing by, I think I caught a glimpse of a figure in white. Oh, don't tell me. Yep, same chick. Yep. There she is. An unmistakably white figure. Golden hair reminiscent of sunlight. Long, thin eyebrows and red eyes. I've only seen her once, but there's no way I could mistake her for anyone else. But it can't be her, because yesterday, with my own two hands, I tore that woman to pieces. No, that's not true. It was nothing more than a bad dream. Hisuyagi and even Kohanka-san all said. They didn't say anything of the sort. They're showing it again. I'd just be desperate to believe that they had. Which means that wasn't a dream. It was real. I killed her. I killed her. I killed her. I definitely killed her. There's no doubt about it. But then if I did, how could she be here? How could she be right here in front of me? The light turns green. The students around me start to cross the road. I alone stand shocked still amidst the crowd, too stunned to move. The woman is sitting on the guardrail, swinging her legs aimlessly, as if she's waiting for someone. I have no idea how long she's been waiting, but there's nothing grim about her expression. I wonder who she's waiting for. She's fidgety and restless, as if she's waiting for her lover. No, hold on. She's waiting? Who is she waiting for? It's obvious. That much is obvious. I'm sure I'd do the same. In fact, anyone would do the same. If someone were to kill me, I wouldn't even have to think about who I'd want to see first. I have a bad feeling about this. A shiver runs down my spine like a centipede crawling on my back. It feels like my spine's about to burst out of my mouth. The woman in white looks at me. Our eyes meet, our thoughts align. It all makes perfect sense. No, it's just a coincidence. It has to be a coincidence. We've never touched, we've never met. We're complete strangers. She's just someone who looks like her. She must be waiting for someone else. If she isn't, then I'm living in a nightmare. I mean, just think about it. There's no way that a dead person, a person who was dismembered that thoroughly, could possibly still be alive. And yet, she is alive, and smiling at me. Oh god, that face. A smile that says, "So you're finally here." She seems deeply satisfied to have found the person who killed her. The woman smiles warmly and waves at me, then gets up off the guardrail. She starts walking over to where I stand, frozen in place, her hair fluttering softly. This is a bad dream. The light turns red. You better not be late, because of this. The woman walks straight across the road, not seeming to care about the cars racing by. She's barely 3 meters away now. I don't know if this is a dream, or if it's really happening. No matter how loud I shout, the reality in front of me remains the same. So I just run away from the woman in white. I run as fast as I can, without any regard for shame or appearances. I keep running as fast as I can along the asphalt road, knocking other pedestrians out of my way. My breathing is ragged and my heart is pounding in agony. Even so, I run. My facial expression is locked into the grimace. My vision is distorted by tears, my throat is burning, my lungs are shriveling up. The muscles in my hands are trembling so violently that they feel like they're about to rip themselves apart. My legs have forgotten how to move and are just kicking haphazardly at the ground. With each step I take, a numbing pain shoots through my thigh. But that's okay. I don't care if my legs get torn off, because if I don't run, I'll go crazy. I look behind me. The woman in white is walking towards me. She's definitely following me. The woman I killed is chasing me. This music, holy shit. That itself is more enough reason for my frenzy. My heart feels like it's about to explode, but I ignore it and keep on running. When I look behind me, she's still there. She's chasing me with footsteps as light as a feather. My head is tilted back. My arms are limp. I lost all feeling in my legs a long time ago. So why is it, if I'm running as fast as I possibly can, that I can't shake off a person that's only walking? I'm breathing even harder. I've been running at full tilt for who knows how many kilometers now. Yet when I look back, I can still see her walking toward me. She's walking calmly, like she's just out of for a stroll. But she's still matching my pace perfectly. She's like a ghost, burned into a rearview mirror. I laugh, even though there's nothing funny about this situation. Even as I laugh, I keep on running. Jesus, I can't stop laughing, but I still run, even though my body is screaming at me that I'll die if I run any further. I'll still run. It should be obvious why I'm running. If she catches up to me, she'll kill me for sure. I laugh it off, but I know better than anyone that it's just a way for me to cope. There's no need for any reason or rationale. This is just the natural rule of karma that everyone knows. Those who kill will be killed in return. Since I killed her, she has the right to kill me. That's why. It's just a fact that my life will end in the moment I'm cornered. This dude's gonna be late for school now. Oh, he's running there. Uh-oh. I collapsed to the ground in a heap. It's not that I tripped so much as that I can't force my limbs to take even one more step and just came crashing down. Crawling along the ground, I somehow managed to make it over the base of the wall. I put my hands on the wall and try to stand up, but it's no use. As soon as I do, the strength drains from my legs and I fall on my backside with a thud. Sprawled there, my body now refuses to even budge. Heart is beating fast as hell. I tilt my head back and breathe in. I'm in agony. I don't have enough oxygen at all. As a result, my brain isn't ticking over properly. I can't even make sense of what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why is the woman that I killed still alive? There is no doubt about what I did to her. I killed her, completely and utterly. So then how? How could she be waiting for me in front of the school with a smile on her face? See, I knew something fucked up was gonna happen. Right when Hisui hesitated and said what she said when I was about to leave, I knew. I fucking knew. That's right. I killed her. I killed her. I killed her. Why?
あれ？追いかけっこはもう終わり？
A hollow sound echoes through the back alley. The woman that pursued me with floating footsteps shrugs her shoulders in disappointment, then turns to address me where I lie slumped against the wall.
こんにちは。昨日は本当にお世話になったわ。
Hospitality? What do you mean? She gives me a big carefree smile. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't know why she's making that face. Still smiling, the woman brazenly strolls into the dead-end alleyway.
それとこれ、忘れ物。困るのよね。証拠になるようなものを落とされちゃう。
She lobs a black object in my way. It's my bag. I hadn't even realized that I lost it. Wait, hold on. What did you just say? Evidence? Evidence of what exactly? No, run. I need to run. With escape on my mind, I managed to move my feet, but there's a concrete wall behind me, so I can't retreat any further.
追いかけっこは終わりなんでしょ？だってここ袋小路だもん。おまけに人気もないから邪魔が入る心配もないし。
The woman keeps smiling, as though delighted by all this. Dead-end alleyway? No one around? I frantically cast my eye around my surroundings, and I am disgusted by my own stupidity. Fleeing to a place like this is like asking to be killed.
長かったな。あれから18時間、ようやくあなたを捕まえた。
I hear the click of her heels as she takes another step into the alleyway.
お前
何？
お前は確かに。
ええ、昨日あなたに殺された女よ。
You say that so casually.
覚えていてくれて嬉しいわ。
It was a reply I didn't want to hear, regardless of whether it was a lie or the truth.
ふざけるな！死んだ人間が生きてるはずがないだろう。
そうだけど、そう驚くことでもないんじゃない？単に殺された後生き返っただけなんだから。
Yeah, like everyone does. The woman replies lightly, her footsteps continuing to echo down the alleyway. The distance between us is getting smaller and smaller.
生き返った。
I mull over the woman's words, stunned. She came back to life? As in, she was on the verge of death but recovered? Meaning that she went to a doctor, underwent surgery, and managed to spring back? From that state?
バカにすんな！あんなに手足をバラバラにされて生き返る人間がいるもんか。
うん。だって私、人間じゃないもの。
Yeah, you're a vampire, right? Her words are so simple that, well, there's no other way for them to be interpreted. I'm not a human being. There's no denying that's what the woman in front of me said.
人間じゃない。
当たり前でしょ？手足をバラバラにされて一人でに再生できる人間がいると思う？
Of course not. There's no way a human could do that. If they could, they wouldn't be human at all. They'd be a different creature altogether. One that only looks like a person. Even if you kill them, they come back to life. Even if you strangle them, they don't care. Even if you tear them apart, they'll knit themselves back together and start moving again. They take the form of a human, but they can hardly be called one. That seems to be the true form of the woman in front of me. I try to laugh, but my throat is so parched and stiff that I can't even laugh properly.
なんだよ、それ。
If this is a joke, it's in poor taste. But this is all far too much of a coincidence for me to write it off as a joke. I mean, it all fits. If she isn't human, then it isn't so far-fetched that she could still be alive even after I killed her. My mind stops racing. I remember what the person who saved me when I was a child told me. For now, I need to focus. This is the sort of situation that's going to require some careful thought.
人間じゃないって言ったな。それじゃあ何なんだ。
私は吸血鬼って呼ばれてるけど、わかりやすく言えば人の血を吸って生きてる怪物かな。
What a relief. Why am I relieved? Firstly, because of the word vampire is at least easy to understand. Even I know a thing or two about them. They may be made up, but the word vampire is very well known. An immortal creature in human form. The concept was created by the novelist Bram Stoker and shows up in fiction from the West. Secondly, and most importantly, the name alone gives you the idea of what they are. A blood-sucking demon. If she's referring to herself as a demon, then it obviously follows that she's not human.
そう吸血鬼なん
It's so patently absurd that I almost burst out laughing. Even though I'm going to be killed right after this, I feel a little more at ease. I guess I've reached the point where I just don't care anymore. As I lie here in a heap, having completely abandoned myself to fate, the woman looks down at me with a satisfied expression on her face. Hold on, I thought the general consensus was that vampires can't be out during the day. Well, I guess I have other things I should be worrying about right now.
でその怪物が俺なんかに何の用だって言うんだ
Giving into despair, I spit out those words. For some reason, the woman backs away. Only for a moment, though. The next instant, she folds her hands in front of her chest and starts scowling sullenly at me.
驚いた。昨日私に何をしたか忘れたの？あなたは見ず知らずの私を会った瞬間にバラバラに殺してくれたのよ。それで何の用だなんてよっぽど手慣れているみたいね。
The woman isn't really angry so much as astonished. Though I have to say, I feel the same way right now. I mean, the woman I killed with my own two hands is complaining to me about how I dared to kill her.
ちょっと聞いてるの？殺人狂。
ああ聞いてる我ながらものすごい悪運持ちだなって今噛み締めてるところなんだ悪いけどちょっと黙っててくれないか
I say that, but I really just want to lash out at something. If I don't, I might go as far as to commit suicide. Yikes. After all this time, it finally sinks in just how bad my luck really is. I ran across a woman who I suddenly felt like killing for no reason. Then I let my impulses get the better of me and actually killed her. After that, my memories were a bit hazy, so I wrote it all off as a dream. Except not only did that really happen, but the person I killed isn't even human. I've always thought of myself as a misfit, as damaged goods, but compared to this situation, I'm downright normal. I can't help but laugh. Still, there's a silver lining to all this. Since the person I killed has come back to life, it's like I never actually killed anyone. Well, I guess the act of killing still remains, but she's alive at least. I think that alone is something to be happy about. Yeah, in that case, I can do this. Tono Shikin can go back to his normal life from before. Speaking of which, he might be late to class. Sure, I'm being hunted down by some monster, but I'll take that over being a murderer any day. Bad luck is bad luck, but this is exceptionally bad luck. If this whole ridiculous story is true, then I'm not the only one who's crazy.
いいよ落ち着いた言いたいことがあるんだろう文句でも恨み事でも思う存分言ってくれ
そりゃ言いたいことはいっぱいあるけどあなた変わった人ね吸血鬼を前にして何その態度
悪かったな必死に居直ってるんだよそうでもしないと自分で自分を殺しかねない
If you're going to kill me, then just do it already. I've been dealing with this abnormal body for 7 years. No matter how objectionable something is, if it happens right in front of my eyes, I'm more than able to accept it as reality. That said, never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined something like this. The woman stares at me. Her gaze is sharp, but there's no hostility in it. This is weird. I feel like most people would agree that if you get hit, you hit back. Shouldn't she be itching to kill me?
何ジロジロ見てるんだお前は俺に復讐しに来たんだろ
ええ確かに殺されたら殺し返すのがセオリーよねそれがお望みならしてあげるけどとりあえず今はパスかなそれ損益が合わないから
The woman stares me dead in the eye.
ねえ反省してる
I just stare vacantly at her for a moment, stunned. What she just said sounded like a complete non sequitur.
私を殺しちゃったことを反省しているのかって聞いてるの。それでね、もしあなたが反省しているのなら許してあげようかなって。あなた人間にしては嘘が下手そうな感じだし。
反省って俺が？
あなたがごめんなさいって言ってくれれば私としてはそれでいいよ。
I can't believe this. What's unbelievable isn't the fact that she just said she'd forgive the person who killed her, but rather, it's the fact that her voice sounded so incredibly gentle.
もうこっちが真面目に聞いているんだからちゃんと答えるのが筋ってものでしょ。ほら早く答えて。反省しているのかしていないのか、そこをはっきりさせないと先に進めないんだから。
Do I feel sorry for what I did? I mean, the answer to that question goes without saying.
そりゃ
Midway through my answer, something tells me to stop. I mustn't finish that sentence. As someone as I do, I won't be able to turn a blind eye to this anymore. I should just keep looking the other way, not acknowledge any of this, and continue to pretend to live a normal life.
そりゃ何？
My throat clenches. My body is filled with dread, urging me not to say it. But I can't run away. This is something I must not run away from. Someone who believed in me taught me that. They told me what I had to do if I wanted to live a normal life. The sins that I've committed. The acts that I performed. If there's one thing I must never do, is to look away from these.
そりゃ後悔してる。なんであれ俺は人を殺してしまったんだから。
I confess as though it's been wrung out of me. Now that those words have left my lips, there's no going back anymore. With this, I've accepted that I'm worthless. That's right, I killed her. Mercilessly, for no reason at all. I killed her just because I wanted to. There you
その
go.
ことを後悔も反省もできる。できるのなら
If I'm allowed to take such an easy way out,
何度でも頭を下げる。でもそれは意味のないことだ。事実として俺はあんたを手にかけた。だから
there's no way I can be forgiven. I can't act like everything's fine just because she came back to life. I, Tono Shiki, murdered the woman in front of me. I took her life, her everything away. A display of violence that has no...
だからあんたは俺に復讐していい。俺が逃げたのはお前が怖かったからじゃない。
I keep my head down. My penitent words aren't addressed to anyone in particular. I'm just muttering them out loud. And with that, I finally wake up. It's as though everything that happened since yesterday took place in a dream. A fleeting dream that comes just before it all ends. An escape from reality where I could continue to run from my own cowardice. And now, at last, retribution.
そっか。いい人なんだね、あなた。
Huh? I look up, surprised. The woman is smiling. For being a self-proclaimed vampire, she sure has an honest face.
決めた。やっぱりあなたには私の手伝いをしてもらうわ。
は？
She smiles at me again, but it feels like this time there's something meaningful behind her smile. She wants me to help her. Help her?
おい、手伝いってなんだ？
だからあなたを許してあげる代償。この町に根付いている吸血鬼の始末をちょっと手伝ってもらおうかなって。
Wait, I'm only getting more and more confused.
待て、許す代償ってなんだ？っていうか、そんな簡単に許せるのか？そもそも吸血鬼の始末って、お前自分のこと吸血鬼って言ってなかったか？
ああ、違う違う。私は吸血鬼だけど、町に根付いている吸血鬼はまた別物よ。あなた、この町に住んでいる人でしょ？なら、最近起きている殺人事件も知ってるわよね。
Okay.
いや、まあ。
The familiar words give my confused mind something to latch onto. It's strange, but the crazy story of the serial killings feels way more real than the current situation.
そりゃあ知ってるよ。連続通り魔だろ。もう何人も殺されてる事件で、被害者は血液を抜かれて。
As soon as I say that, I realize what she's getting at. So that means...
そう。私が言ってるのはそっちの吸血鬼のこと。自分を殺せ殺せってあなたは言うけど、私が殺したい相手は今のところそいつだけよ。この殺人犯ってあなたたちにとっても敵なんじゃないの？
My thoughts are racing as I try to make sense of this new information. I understand the context. I understand what she's saying, but my abilities to reason through this have just been left in the dust.
ほんと、人間って非効率すぎて理解できないわ。自分たちで吸血鬼の仕業かと言っているのに、誰も吸血鬼退治をしないんだもの。森が燃えているのに逃げ出さないリスみたい。
いや、だって吸血鬼なんているはずないだろ。
Damn, you said that right to her face? The woman scowled sullenly. Oh, right. I remember that the person in front of me is some unknown being who calls herself a vampire.
でもそれじゃあ何か？お前はこの町で殺人事件を起こしている吸血鬼を退治してくれるのか？
And are you saying that I'm supposed to help you with that?
ええ、何しろ予定が大きく崩れちゃって。昨日なぜか見ず知らずの殺人鬼に襲われて殺されちゃったから。あれは参ったな。もう完璧な不意打ちで反撃する間もなく17個に切断されたんだもの。初めて見ただけの相手を尾行して殺したら満足して去っていくとかどうなの？ほんとひどいなんてものじゃないわ。言い逃れもできないぐらい完全な殺人鬼よね、そいつ。
Damn it, she's pretty clearly talking about me here. Much as I'd like to deny it, there's nothing I can say.
私だってね、復元するまでは本当にあなたを殺すつもりだったわ。あんな屈辱を受けたのは初めてだったし、復元しきるのに8割以上の力を消費してしまったわけだし、それより何より本当にものすごく痛かったんだから。あんまりにも痛いから気が触れそうになるんだけど、やっぱりあんまりにも痛くて正気に戻るの。そんな繰り返しを一晩体験した私の気持ちわかる？
Can't say you have, can you? I'm sorry. As a human being, that's beyond anything I can imagine.
それでね、もう憎くて憎くてあなたを探したわ。目的である吸血鬼も放っておいたぐらい、それだけに熱中した。土地の記録からあなたの服装があの学校のものだって分かったのは2時間ぐらい前の話。本当は夜まで待って捕まえようと思ったけど、もう1分だって待ちたくなかった。それじゃあってあそこで待つことにしたの。
You even made me late for school, huh? I see. So that's why she was waiting for me in front of the school. I'm sure that after experiencing that much pain, she must have been dying to kill me. But...
わからないな。そこまで憎かったのに、どうして俺を許すなんて言うんだ？
そうね。簡単に言えば時間が経って冷静になったのかな。私も力を消費しちゃったことだし、めっためたに殺すよりぐっちゃぐちゃの盾になってもらった方が効率的だなって考えたの。
おい、今よからぬことを口にしなかったか、お前。
そんなこと言った私。
人のことを盾にするって言った。
A particular kind of shield, too.
何よ、そんなの当然じゃない。私はあなたのことを許したけど、それは私個人の感情に整理をつけただけだもの。あなたが犯した殺害という行為そのものはやっぱり気持ちじゃなくて行為であがなうしかないでしょ。
いや、でしょと言われても。
I was expecting to be killed in revenge, but becoming someone's shield is something else entirely. Well, I can't really put into words why they're different, but I still have a bad feeling about it either way.
素直なんだか意地悪なんだかわからない人ね。繰り返すけど、私はあなたに殺されたのよ。想像できないでしょうけど、一度死んでから蘇生するのにはそれなりに力を消費するんだから。単純に殺されるだけならどうってことなかったわ。でもあなたの切り口は今まで見たこともない切断面で、傷口がつながらないから体を作り直すしかなかった。その結果、私は生き返るのにほとんどの力を使っちゃったんだからね。
The woman is so angry that she's positively fuming. Her anger from last night, forgotten until now, seems to have rekindled itself while she was rambling.
とにかく今の私は弱ってるの。二晩も経てば回復するだろうけど、その前に襲われたら打つ手がないの。だからその間、あなたには私の盾になってもらうから。
いや、もらうからって何勝手に決めてんだよ。
あなたのせいでこうなったんだから、それぐらいはして当然でしょ。それともやっぱり反省なんかしてないっていうの？
The woman stares straight into my eyes. That's not fair. Don't look at me like that before I've even had a chance to repent or say anything I deserve it. If you're going to call yourself a monster like a vampire, at least stop condemning me with those pure eyes.
お前なあ。
I try to steady my wavering heart. I want to repent and atone for what I've done. But my heart is frantically telling me to cooperate with this person would be a mistake as to a human being.
俺は
Struggling with how to reply, I raise my head. What the hell? The instant I do, my gaze meets another pair of eyes. My slackened consciousness tightens. As strength returns to my worn-out legs, I shift my body from a sitting position to a crouch. Following my gaze, the woman also looks back at the entrance into the alleyway. Over there. Whoa! Is something even more outlandish than the woman who calls herself a vampire, a creature that should not have existed in a human city. The woman looks on, unconcerned, but I just can't grasp what's going on here. That's a panther, I can tell that much. It's an animal even a child would recognize. Except normally, you'd only see one in a cage or a picture book. I'm experiencing firsthand how terrifying it is to face one without any walls separating us. Its limbs are thin yet strong. Its muscles are like steel beams, yet still as supple as leather. This creature is vastly different from a human being, a form that has been tailored to the task of hunting prey and nothing else. Ancestral memories that should have been long forgotten creep back into my mind. As another living being, I stop breathing in awe and fear of its superior physical abilities. It goes without saying that there's no way I can coexist with this creature, let alone come to an understanding with it. The Black Panther is over a meter long. Even a dog could easily take out a human if it were that size. Armed with vicious fangs and claws, the panther is staring at me and the woman in white from no more than 5 meters away.
ねえ、あれ、あなたの知り合い？
わけあるか！
I couldn't help but snap back at her stupid comment. Uh-oh. I really am an idiot. Why did he yell like that? With my voice as a signal, the panther leaps. Or rather, it runs. It's just so fast that my brain couldn't even understand it. It wasn't leaping. There's nothing I can do. The Black Panther sinks its fangs into my shoulder before I even finish processing its initial movement. Even though I could see it coming, even though I knew it was about to happen, I couldn't avoid it. I didn't even get a chance to think about it. Except the impact I feel is on my side. Before the Black Shadow is able to take a bite out of me, I'm flung away by the woman in white. She does it with one hand like it's nothing. As soon as her hand touches my side, I'm sent flying toward the wall, as though she'd torn me like a ball, as if she'd thrown me like a ball. I endured the pain of having my back slammed into the wall. The woman shouts. Looking over, I see that even though it missed me, the panther didn't crash into the wall. Instead, it abruptly pivoted, planted all four paws on the wall, and leaped across the wall into the other side. The black mass clings to the side of the building. Just as I think the panther has come to a stop on the wall, it once again turns its gleaming eyes on me. Ooh. I gasp at the split-second exchange. The panther leaps off the wall as fast as a bolt of lightning. Jumping to get in its line of fire, the woman in white flicks the lightning away with one hand. What's frightening is that her leap looked so effortless. The fact that she moved even faster than that Black Panther, it still made it seem easy, really rubs me the wrong way.
ちょっと私の方が先約だってわかるでしょ。あんまり聞き分けがないと殺しちゃうわよ。
Her attitude hasn't changed one bit. The panther growls menacingly, but keeps a careful distance from the woman. They're about 3 meters apart right now. The panther doesn't make any attempt to close the gap. It must understand the difference in ability between the two of them. The panther is a monster to humans. Any human that's unlucky enough to cross paths with it is doomed to die. But she's on another level. She's a monster to monsters. Any monster that comes face to face with her has no choice but to accept its death. The panther motionlessly observes the woman. Even I can grasp the difference in power between them. From the perspective of a wild predator, it must be like suddenly running up against a massive wall.
要件は後で聞いてあげるから私の邪魔を。
The woman's attitude changes. Even though she didn't so much as bat an eye when confronted by that black beast, she's now grown visibly more alert. Why did her senses cut off? Oh, what the hell? As best as I can tell, they're just passers-by. They slowly make their way through the dark passages, in between the buildings, and out into the alleyway.
ダメだ、来るな！ここには氷が！
Just as I'm about to warn them about the panther, a red numbness flashes across my eyeballs. I think I know what those are. Are they dead apostles? I think they're dead apostles. I reach under my glasses and rub my eyes. Just now. Oh god! I could have sworn I saw something unspeakable. They don't stop. They have neither feral instincts nor the pride of the panther. They continue to shuffle forward, indifferently to what the woman in white in front of them is, even though they know they'll be torn to shreds if they take just a few more steps. After all, there are no brains inside these things. They don't have hearts that can feel fear. You couldn't even say that these things are really alive. They're burning. Black smoke is billowing out of their eyes and mouths, and yet they move. They're dead. Those are dead people. Their hands, outstretched as though seeking salvation, spill forth with waste oil. As soon as the spilled oil hits the road, it extends a tongue of flame. Even at a distance, I can understand that fluid is stagnant blood.
何これ？新種？
The woman in white is completely transfixed by those things. Of the 3 corpses, 2 reach out for her. As I stand there dumbfounded, the other one, shaking violently, turns its head toward me, flame spilling from its eye sockets. I'm done for. The black beast isn't going to let this opportunity go in for the kill to go to waste. Its charge is even faster than the leap it made earlier. This time, I can't even perceive it. The panther bowels into me and locks its fangs around my neck. I can feel something tight around my neck, almost like there's something tugging at my nape. Wait, is it latched onto the collar of my school uniform? I go slamming into the wall yet again. The panther has roughly dragged me into the other trash-strewn corner of the back alley.
お前な、人をゴミ扱いすんな!
What am I doing? I can't believe I'm complaining it to the panther that dragged me here. Fortunately, the panther doesn't stick around. Most likely, it doesn't have the time to care about me. Hiding behind some scrap wood, I get back on my feet and look over at the woman. The smoldering corpses have finally reached the line of the panther that never dared cross, 3 meters from the woman in white. The next instant, scratched them up. I could have sworn that the air itself had screamed. The airflow generated by the movement of the woman's arms is like the shovel of a bulldozer, obliterating the 3 walking corpses without a trace. I'm attacked by a headache. It feels like tiny pins and needles are whirling around in my eye sockets. It's as though this red pain is trying to blot out the scene I just witnessed.
もうまた無駄な体力を使っちゃったじゃない。
The woman turns back to me, her shoulders slumped into disappointment. It seems like she never had any real interest in these corpses that have just vanished.
これもあなたがグズグズしていたからよ。早く決めてくれれば見つかることもなかったのに。
The woman brusquely walks over to where I'm sprawled on the floor. The Black Panther has already slunk off somewhere. Maybe it saw what she did, decided it was no match for her, and it ran away.
おい、今の、なんだ?
A headache throbs right behind my eyeballs. The pain cutting through my skull has disrupted the language center of my brain. What the hell is she?
何ってただの死者でしょ。敵の吸血鬼の使い魔よ。ちょっと珍しいというか初めて見るタイプだったけど。
そうじゃない。お前の話だ。
The piercing headache urges me to come to my senses. This woman is a monster. The Black Panther that sticks out like a sore thumb in the modern city. Even those impossibly burning corpses, they both seem all but believable when compared to her. Creating a tornado by simply waving her arms? That's ridiculous. A fragile human being like me can't stick around for something that dangerous for even a second.
私？だから吸血鬼だって言ってるじゃない。あれ？もしかしてあなた吸血鬼って単語知らない？ここじゃ一般教養だって聞いたんだけどな。
She gives me a totally boneheaded answer. I take this opportunity to put some strength into my trembling limbs. During all the commotion, she moves away from the entrance to the alleyway. If I run as fast as I can, I might actually be able to escape this time. I take a deep breath and... Just as I'm about to make a run for it, I catch a sight of her face. This time, I really do calm down.
おい、どうした? 怪我でもしたのか?
怪我なんてそんなのするわけないでしょ。あんな呪いのにやられるなんて考えたこともないわ。でもちょっとまずい展開になってきた。こうなったら是が非でもあなたには盾になってもらわないといけないみたい。
は?
Oh yeah, she did mention something about that earlier. I thought it was only a figure of speech, but I'm not so optimistic anymore. She's seriously asking me to act as a shield against things like that Black Panther and those burning corpses.
バカなこと言うな、このバカ! 今の見てたろ。俺に何ができるって言うんだ。お前一人の方がよっぽどマシだろうが。
You do realize you have those lines, right? The ones you used to kill her, you can use them against the things, right?
そうでもないわ。 今ので本当に空っぽになっちゃったから。あなたたち風に言うと生きてるだけで精一杯みたいな。
Is that so? It really doesn't seem that way to me, but I guess I'll take her word for it. I'm relieved to know that her ludicrous power from earlier is not infinite, and that there is in fact a limit to her actions. Hold on, that's not what I should be thinking about right now.
精一杯とか言われても困る。そりゃできることなら何でもする。でも無理だ。無理だろ、どう考えても。俺にはあんなのを追い払う力はない。悪いけど盾にだってなれはしない。
嘘よ。あなたは私を殺したの。
She really up to that bullshit. Damn.
そのあなたがどうしてそんな嘘を言うの？
殺したって、あれは。
That was a time when even I don't know what I was doing. If I can be useful, then I'll do whatever I can to help. But the standard of being useful here is way higher than normal.
なら私が眠っている間、周りを見張ってくれるだけでいい。それくらいなら問題ないでしょ。
I don't know how I could say no to that look. Oh shit. This is a big decision here. Let me save. I mean, I guess. Why not?
俺は
There's no way that I can say I can't do it. I killed this person. As a result, she's weak and asking for help. Plus, I've only talked with her a little bit, but I get the feeling she's not a bad person.
ねえ、どうなの？人間のあなたとしては、やっぱり吸血鬼である私には協力できない？
そりゃそうだろ。分かってるじゃないか。
Come on, please don't give me that look. I feel so guilty that I won't be able to say no.
けど乗りかかった船だしな。ここで知らんふりするのも寝覚めが悪いし。
It's obvious that I'll regret this later, but even so.
何より相手はあの通り魔殺人の犯人なんだろ。ならこの町に住んでる人間としてお前の手助けぐらいしないと罰が当たりそうだ。
Agreeing to help her is at least a little better than having to avert my eyes from her penetrating gaze.
それってつまり。
盾になるのはお断りだけど、見張りぐらいはしてやるってこと。
Would you look at that? What's up with that face? She can die and come back to life, make a tornado with a wave of her hand, and now this. She really is the complete package.
よかった。これで契約は成立。
The woman holds out her hand.
やっと自己紹介ができるね。私はアルクエイド。長い名前だからアルクエイドだけでいいわ。神祖って区分けされる吸血鬼だけど、あなたはなんていう人？
I heave a sigh as I'm subjected to a self-introduction unlike I've ever had before. I'm not entirely sure whether it's a sign of exhausted resignation or evidence that I finally accepted this ludicrous situation.
当の指揮。あいにくただの学生だよ。前もって言っておくけど、本当に何の役にも立たないからな。
I take hold of Arcoit's hand. She takes a long, hard look at me, and then she asks me to shake hands with her.
それじゃあよろしくね、シキ。私を殺した責任、ちゃんと取ってもらうんだから。
Arcoit smiles and holds out her left hand. I'm sure there are many ways to make amends in this world, but I'm probably both the first and last person to take responsibility by helping the very person I killed.
ほんとどうかしてる。
Still, there's nothing else I can do right now. I reluctantly hold out my left hand and shake hands with the woman in white who claims to be a vampire. Nice. The opening! Oh shit. I can't play the music, but, you know, you can at least see the opening. So if I said no, would I play the other opening? Because I know there's two. Unless it plays later. Ooh, I like the lines on the lyrics. That's a nice touch. I've seen this opening countless times, so yeah, it's nice seeing it in the game. Hell yeah.